Welcome to the Magnetic Online Leader podcast. I'm Stefi Lane. And today we're talking about what is a magnetic online leader and why this particular episode was quite challenging for me to record. I have been batch creating for this podcast. Hi, if you're here, I'm Stefi. Nice to meet you. And this particular episode was quite challenging for me to record because there was a really big message. There was a really big why. There was a really big energy behind this. And it took me a little bit more time to step into it. The thing about when you are a leader is you're going to step into things that are not comfortable for you. You're going to step into things that don't feel right. They might not feel like the right size yet. You might feel a little too small for it. Like it's just how it is, but it's you coming in to that moment and realizing I'm ready to do this. So if you don't know me, I'm Steffi, and I really have heated with leadership because I had really had this upbringing of being very insecure, very fearful, very scared. I grew up with immigrant parents. I was very just afraid of the world and extremely sensitive little girl, quiet. Everyone would always say, "Oh, she's so sensitive," all the things, right? And for me to step into magnetism, to step into confidence, to step into leadership, to step into entrepreneurship took quite a lot. Honestly, a decade's worth of inner work from, yoga, from public speaking, from traveling the world to going to some deep shadow work to plant medicine journeys, which I'll talk about because at the time I didn't want to talk about it, but now I want to talk about it of what has transcended into my career and into my life and into my leadership. That's what it came down to. What came down to was I really was obsessed with magnetism and I really was obsessed with leadership. And I wanted to find a way to bridge both of them and to do it in a feminine way, because that's really important to me. To do it in a fun, feminine, sustainable way that doesn't feel like you're trying to fake it till you make it. Like you really are becoming it and you are embodying it. So, in today's episode, I'm going to share with you the magnet acronym. Yes, magnet. What makes a magnetic online leader? And also, the caveat why this was a challenging episode for me to create was because I'm creating a code of conduct. I'm creating a manifesto of how I am going to show up. And guess what? I have to walk my talk. I have to do these things. So if I'm not doing these things, people can feel it. And people, that's the thing about being a magnetic online leader is people can feel when you're out of integrity. So it's important to really lock these in. So what I was really focusing on was me becoming, and I'm sure you're going to resonate with this, becoming and being truthful and aligned with the acronym, with the mission, with the vision, and making sure that I'm walking my talk. That's essentially what I was struggling with a little bit was like, Steffi, you've got to, you've got to embody these. And from here on out, that's all. No excuses, no BS, none of that. So let's go after the Magnet Manifesto for Magnetic Online Leaders. M, message. Your message is your core. And the thing about your message is it turns into a mission. So you don't need to have the mission yet, but your message is your core. It's the heart of your mission. It's not what you say, it's what you stand for. It's the light that guides you, it's your compass. It's illuminating your path and attracting the people around you. And as a magnetic leader, you turn your message into a mission and you make a profound impact on the world. And your message is your legacy. It's shaping the narrative of your journey and it's echoing into the actions that you inspire into others. I have to take an exhale on that because the message, I've always felt that I had this huge message in my heart and in my path, but I never knew what the mission was. And I always feel like you needed to have the mission first, but the mission is usually a lot bigger. Once you have your message, the mission will uncover itself. It will start to come through to you. You'll understand it. Okay. So before you overcomplicate it, your message. What is your message? A, aligned action. Aligned action is the bridge between dream and reality. magnetic online leaders take action. It's taking steps towards your goals, even when the path isn't clear. This is an intuitive movement guided by the internal compass, right? The sacral yeses, the nos, the hits, right? Ensuring every step connects with your values, with who you are at your core and your vision. And as a magnetic leader, you understand that action breeds clarity and you trust in your journey. I so believe in that. The worst thing you can do is just spin in circles and not take any action. And knowing that each step forward is a step closer towards your destiny. I love that one. G, from good to great. Greatness is not just a goal, it's the standard, committing to exceeding expectations and to soar beyond the ordinary. It's all about striving for excellence in every aspect of your life and business. Hence, I didn't say perfection. I never said perfection. We don't need to be perfect leaders. Perfect leaders are boring, anyways. As a magnetic leader, you're dedicated to your personal growth, to elevating those around you, to making a significant impact on the world and for your family. And your quest for greatness sets a powerful example and inspires greatness in others. So, again, we're not going for good and we're not going for perfect because that doesn't exist. We're going for great. N is networked. Okay. I love this one. N is network. It's being network. It's more than just connection. Okay. It's about meaningful relationships. It's the art of weaving a web of support, collaboration, community, mutual growth. And as a magnetic leader, you understand that your strengths lie in the collective, right? It's in a shared vision and finding out the diverse talents that are around you, not just yourself, right? Magnetic leaders are not selfish leaders. Like they're all about like, oh my God, so and so is really good at this. This person can contribute that because you have this community, this hub of innovative and supportive people that are creating opportunities, not just for you, but for everyone in your network. So N is for networked. Again, just so you know, we're reading the magnetic. So the magnet manifesto for the magnetic online leader. E, this is fun. Energetic and enthusiastic. Energy and enthusiasm are your signature. You approach life and business with a vibrancy that's infectious and an aura that draws people in. Your passion for learning, for living, and for leading charges the air around you, making you a guide for like minded souls, making you a light, making you a magnet, right? And as a magnetic leader, your energy is not just a tool, but it is a testament of your beliefs in your mission, in the potential of your community, and its boundless possibilities of the future. If you have good energy, if you have good enthusiasm, things are just going to flock to you. That's just how it is. And then T, teacher. To teach is to touch lives forever. And as a magnetic leader, you are a teacher at heart, whether in a classroom, on a stage, with a friend, you are a leader and you share your knowledge generously. You don't hoard it, you share it. And you know that true wisdom comes from learning, from growing, and from teaching others. Your lessons are not just confined to your words. You're not all about theory. They are your lived experiences, shared stories, people around you, the wisdom that you have learned from failures and from successes. And you teach not just to inform and not just to empower, but for people to connect with your teachings and find their own path in their greatness, in their magnetism. This magnet manifesto is not about just becoming a magnetic leader. The magnet manifesto is not about becoming a magnetic leader. It's not just about that. It's about embodying the principles that make one. It's about creating a life and business that not only attracts success, prosperity, love, abundance, but it radiates it. By embracing your message, taking aligned action, striving for greatness, being networked, eluding energy and enthusiasm. And being a teacher, you become a magnet for life and business you've always dreamed of. And you go for it because you lead yourself. There's no gatekeepers. There's no one telling you no, even though there probably is sometimes externally or internally. It is you deciding that I get to be a magnet. I get to be an online leader. I get to be a leader. A little behind the scenes here. That part, and I'm not going to share the bloopers, but it took me a minute to land that. It took me a minute to read that, to recite that, because it feels big. It feels big for me. It feels big for you. It feels big for us. It feels big. Thank you for being on this journey with me. We're going to create hundreds and thousands of episodes. I see us reaching 1,111 episodes, maybe in a few years, but I see us hitting that. And we're going to look back on this day and we're going to just smile and be like, wow, look what we did. Look what we created. Thank you for trusting me. I love you. Find me on social, Stefi Lane, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you so much for joining me on the Magnetic Leader podcast. I'm so happy you're here. If you found this of value, please like, subscribe, and share this episode on your social media. I would be so appreciative, and it's really going to create a ripple effect for others. But wait, there's one more thing. If you are ready to dive deep into your magnetism, to understand your leadership, to understand what it takes to become a magnetic online leader, well, I've got something special for you. Head over to stefilane.com and sign up to become part of my exclusive magnetic list. You're going to get updates, personal invitations, insights, videos, a front row seat to your transformation because it's all happening and you definitely want to be in on it. Again, stefilane.com. And thank you for the bottom of my heart for joining us today. Your presence meant so much. So until next time, take care, and I'll catch you on the next episode of the Magnetic Online Leader Podcast.